Hello everybody and welcome to Romancefull's Tarot. I'm about to begin here with a reading. Now this is a general reading, so it might not resonate with everybody. It really is important that you do take whatever does resonate with you and you simply leave the rest of it aside. So if you do have any questions, you would like to contact me maybe for a reading or a question, you can just look into the YouTube description box. You should be able to find pretty much everything that you do require from me right below there. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do take a brief moment of your time to click onto the subscribe button to show your support to the channel and to myself, and it is always greatly appreciated, and I do thank you so very much. I would also like to thank all of these subscribers. Thank you for being there, for commenting, for sharing, for participating. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. And I would also like to thank all of these subscribers who have donated so generously to the channel. Always greatly appreciated. Much gratitude. Thank you so very much. So with no further ado, let's begin this reading. These are warnings coming from the universe for you, so let me reveal them. I do have 3 of them. You take what's good and you just simply leave the rest aside. So we're going to be speaking about some truth, we're going to be speaking about some thought, and we're going to be speaking about some purpose. So let's start with the truth. So the truth, of course, is really about being honest, but I'm going to speak about it in different little twists here. Now, are you settling maybe for a situation that might be a little bit dishonest here? Is that a possibility? Are you ignoring who you really are? Maybe you're in a job or a situation that prevents you from being authentic, or that really just forces you to hide your true self. Are you involved in any habits or addictions or relationships that keep you distanced from or out of touch with your own truth, as well as all of those genuine feelings and needs of others? So now is truly the time to stop all of this stuff, all of these fearful pretensions, and to really get grounded. Although it might be frightening and even upsetting to some people in your life, you can no longer be dishonest about your feelings, neither about your needs. If you have any addictions, you need to address them candidly. You need to ask for help in overcoming them. And if any part of your life just doesn't feel quite right, feels out of control, you need to get support and be open to feedback so you can simply get back on track. If you're unhappy into the present circumstances of your life, you need to admit how you arrived in this place and what you might have done and what you might have done to bring about such unhappiness and these type of outcomes. Don't waste time blaming others. If you have abandoned people or treated them less than truthfully, you need to face them. You need to apologize. Ask for their forgiveness, where necessary, and end all of that drama to turn that page. Even though it might be scary, you need to remember that in the end, the truth is truly going to set you free. So don't believe that, anything less than what is acceptable. It really never was, not now, and not into the future. So your big warning here is don't be dishonest about who you really are, because it is simply time for you right now to get grounded, to get real. The thought fool. This is about always thinking pretty much before you act and before you say anything. Now, this is about feeling a little bit confused. It's important to be considerate to others. It's equally vital not to allow your own needs to kind of get lost into all of your good intentions. It serves no one to maintain a heightened awareness of others. It doesn't, while neglecting yourself. So if you're always ignoring or denying your needs, well, they're going to come raging out later. And most likely in a rather unpleasant and dramatic fashion that's just going to leave you exhausted and maybe even embarrassed, depending on the situation. So seek balance and don't be excessively concerned with others. Love your neighbor as yourself, but do not instead of yourself. Don't forget yourself. In other words, care, but do not carry others' hardships. Every soul has their own challenges to face and burdens to bear, and this is how individuals, how we pick up soul strengthening lessons that simply serve throughout the journey of life. Now, if you rob people of their life lessons by always taking on the burden for them, well, despite all your well-meaning intentions, you're actually stifling their growth and even compromising your very own. So keep your awareness sharp and be polite and courteous. Exercise your patience, offer assistance where it's appropriate, but don't become the local rescue service, okay? Always fixing or solving other people's problems. Have to be careful. One of the most considerate things that you can do for others is to listen, but without interceding. So provide yourself, provide a solid vote of confidence in those abilities to address the challenges at hand, but with dignity and with courage. Put thoughtful effort into being a loving force into your own world, but without overthinking it. Don't get stuck in your head. Trust life flows according to the divine plan, and mind your own affairs with consideration for how they may or may not affect others. Follow your highest, your most considerate path for your soul. And by doing so, you are going to steer clear of any excessive deliberation, any excessive worry, and while staying into that natural flow of the beautiful universe. So your warning here is about think, but don't overthink. Okay? So everything in moderation here. If we move on over to your final message, I do have over here the purpose. This is about sitting kind of uselessly on the sidelines of your life, kind of wondering what it is that you're doing. It's time to pay attention. Are you ignoring your soul's need for enjoyment? Are you maybe really, self-focused that you forget to be of service to others? Are you wondering what you must do to save, your world, to justify your existence? Because this is really about trickery of the ego, and it has to be ignored. I'd even have to say it has to be laughed at, as this is only going to leave you frustrated, dissatisfied, and feeling quite unworthy. So to get past this rut and to avoid, further pitfalls, you need to return to your innermost childlike self and remember what you truly love. Say it out loud, write it down, list the things that take your mind off of you and put your focus directly into the experience of loving life, and then you can do it. So your greatest contribution here is going to be happy. And that comes about doing what you love, even if you must do it outside of your job or your duties or your responsibilities. Spend at least 15 minutes a day doing what brings you joy, and you're going to fall back into your purpose. Don't allow the ego to cause you to agonize over your worth. God created you to be you, and that is all. Simply be your very best. And if you're disrespecting your body, you're falling out of your purpose here. The same goes for your mind. If you fill it with destructive thoughts, you're out of alignment, and the same goes for your daily efforts. If you live with love, you're living in purpose. If not, make the necessary changes, whether in attitude or choices, to get back into that love. Don't let negative behaviors or habits prevent you from living fully and with joy. Start with little baby steps if necessary, and then be willing to lighten up and know that your ego is heavy, but your spirit is so light. Follow your spirit to do things that you love, and your life purpose is simply going to be fulfilled. This is about don't forget to make time for your happiness. That is your warning. Do what you love first. Don't do it last. And that being said, this does conclude this reading. I do hope that you enjoyed. I do hope that the universe brought you some very interesting messages that you will be able to use. If you have any questions you would like to contact me, please do so. All of my information is right below into the YouTube description box. If you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel and have yourself a beautiful day. Thank you for being there, and I will see you tomorrow with new messages. Many blessings.